Hey guys, um, it's me, Nick, and this is kind of a video where I'm just gonna talk about myself. And I don't know if you can tell, but I got like a little sore throat going on. Um, my experience with magic. Uh, so I'm kind of like the editor in a way, where I kind of I edited one video on the channel, and that was talking about our Yu-Gi-Oh decks that we want to make, and then we proceeded to make those decks, and we wanted to and then played against each other with those decks, but I don't think we ended up actually uh, uploading that yet. Due to some, I guess, technical difficulties. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, again, my name's Nick, and this is my experience with Magic. So a while ago, when I was like 15, I'm 25 now, so 10 years ago, I uh, I went up to a game, kind of like a game hangout store, where I knew this guy who we would just play Magic from time to time. It was a lot of Commander, which Porter will be happy to hear. I did start out playing Commander, didn't start out playing Standard. Um, and I didn't. I wanted to play, and they handed me a mono red burn deck, and I've come to love that deck as my starter deck. So I have made iterations of it throughout the times, but I've known about Magic for a while, and I have played Magic for a while, but I didn't get super serious into it until I met Porter, who shares this, the kind of same concept as me, is where well, I'm a casual player. As you guys know, probably, Magic is one of the most expensive card games you could get into, and it's a problem. So we just play casually. We make what we want to make, and we just play it, no matter the standard rules or command. We basically we play Commander. That's what he's into. Um, so yeah, I mean, I know how to play it, and I just don't know much about it. I don't know much about decks. I know that there's basic decks like Burn, there's Infect, there's artifact decks, there's control decks. It's just, like, I know like the basic things about them. But if you want in-depth stuff about like hidden text and stuff, you're gonna have to go over to Porter for that one. I'm not the one. But I've played for a while. Didn't get super serious into it, but I find it super interesting how it's so versatile and what you can do. I mainly played Yu-Gi-Oh for a long, long time, since I was in middle school, and that was my main choice of card game, because at the time my best friend, who I went to school with, he played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, and so that's actually how I met him. Was we sat down and we played Yu-Gi-Oh, and that's how he became my best friend. Anyway, you guys probably don't care about that. Um, I'm kind of just here to talk about my experience with it. So I'm not just gonna sit here and just talk. I'm gonna show you. That's why I have NTGA up now. I'm gonna show you kind of like what I've been doing. I mainly play historic on here. I don't really play any standard. I have a standard deck, but I mainly don't play it. I kind of just have it for daily stuff. But let's get into it. I This is the most recent deck that I've made in historic, and easily one of my favorites. It has to do with Infect, but it basically evolves around Venerated Rot Priest, where says whenever a creature you control becomes a target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter. You play this guy, and then you play a bunch of auras and enchantments, enchantment auras, and you just play him all on Rot Priest, not only buffing him to high hell, but also just giving your opponent toxic counters. This is kind of like their way of balancing out Infect, where they just they come out with Toxic, and that number right next to Toxic, as you guys probably know, because you guys play this game, it just gives them that many counters instead of the power being that many counters. I really enjoy this deck. Let's go back. Zombies, just basic zombies. I'm not really going to get too much into it. My super try-hard historic deck, I guess, would be the Gates. The Gates, I just love pulling out a Ram and then having it be like a 30-30. Of course, I have my Burn, because I just got done telling you guys that Burn was my first deck that I ever played. This is the standard deck that I have. Izzet Artifacts. You guys can't see it because my camera's over it, but I basically just found this online and I just made it, so I played it out, and you guys can pause and see whatever now. Whatever I run in here, it's nothing really special. I found it online. Mono black. It's just fun decks. Here's my super try hard control deck that I am not proud of. I did get into a format called Pauper. I forgot what it was about, but this is basically what it is. It's just a mill deck. It has to deal with persistent petitioners. You just mill out your opponent's deck. And then I'm currently working on a deck that steals my opponent's stuff. Because in Commander, I really want to make Send triplets. So, I know, hate me, whatever you want. I don't care. I'm still going to play it. Lifelink gains. This just has to do with buffing one person. I will go into one card detail here. Voice of the Blessed. You get him up to 10 counters. He gains flying and indestructible. And this guy is a beast. He's just like, you get him up to 10 counters and you're unstoppable. There's nothing your opponent can do. Plus you're gaining life on top of it with like Healer's Hawk, Soul Warden to buff up freaking Voice of the Blessed. It's just a bunch of cool, like, little, it's just, you get Voice of the Blessed out, you get a Johnny's Welcome out, you get Cleric class out, you level it up to level 2. You get all that stuff out, plus a bunch of Soul Wardens, and put all the counters you get off of life gaining from Voice of the Blessed, and it is powerful. You can get Voice of the Blessed. The fastest I've seen it was 10 counters in 2 turns. I think it was like 2 or 3 turns. That might be wrong, but I also run Helm of the Host on here. I know it's a ban card, and when it comes to Porter, because it's too good for historic. But I also run Elesh Norn. This card looks so cool. It stops your opponent from getting effects off whenever they play stuff. Simple as that. That's why I run it. But yeah, this is kind of just like what I really do when it comes to Magic. I already showed you guys my geared profile on the channel, but yeah, I'm just a nerd who doesn't know much about Magic, and I kind of wish I knew more like Porter does, but I don't. So when it comes to details, deck tech, stuff like that, go to him. But this is just me talking about my experience. I know it's like the 3rd time I said it, but just reminding you guys, this is me. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching the video. If you got it this far, I salute you.